Hello everybody, Tomoxian here. Welcome to something completely new for my channel. This is the first of what will hopefully be very many indie games. This is an indie game created by Fabo called Fairytale of Nature. This is a text-based game, but what it lacks in graphics, I can already tell that it makes up for in coding, because I did not enter a name into this game, yet it came up with Tomoxian, and Tomoxian is the name I put on my computer, which means it read what my computer's name was. So that's good coding right there. We're going to jump right into it. I'm so excited. This is my first text-based game. I've always wanted to do a text-based game. This is also going to be really testing my ability as a YouTuber and as a storyteller. No, not so much as a storyteller, as a voice actor. Yes, voice actor. Once upon a time, there were 5 tribes. Each of them had a different skin and eye color, based on their tribe. They were the Emerald Tribe, known for being clever. The Sapphire Tribe, known for being intelligent. The Ruby Tribe, known for being brave. The Diamond Tribe, known for being kind, and the Amethyst Tribe, known for uniting all these attributes. Each tribe ruled over a part of the same island. This caused many wars, as each tribe wanted power. After many years of fighting, the tribes had finally made peace and worked together, sharing the power between all tribes equally. While most people stayed in the region of their respective tribe, there was no law or any form of discrimination preventing them from moving into another region. Eternal peace and happiness were at hand. However, destiny decided against that. The Ruby King became greedy and cruel, causing him to want more power. While he himself was married to a woman from the Emerald Tribe, he decided to perform a genocide on this tribe, causing its extinction. Shocked by this, the other tribes decided to unite their forces and chose the young Amethyst King as their leader. Well, that's nice. Amethyst is best of all the qualities, right? He declared that there was no mercy for the Ruby Tribe, and that there would be punishment awaiting for them. The Ruby army was no match for the forces of the Sapphire, Diamond, and Amethyst forces combined. When did they get together? I didn't realize there was an alliance formed. Obviously. Once they were defeated, they pleaded for mercy. The Amethyst King granted this for most of them under the condition that they would be exiled to a tiny area and lose most of their old area. Their king, however, wasn't spared. He got executed the next day. Yeah. The rest of the area of the Ruby Tribe was shared between the remaining 3 tribes. Whoa, hold on. There's only 3 left now? Wasn't there 6? 5? 6? Maybe there was 5. Yeah, because 1 got wiped out and Ruby's got defeated. Okay. I'm back on track now. Remaining 3 tribes. As most members of the Emerald Tribe had died in the genocide, their area was closed off with a large wall, only exitable through the gate, only openable from the inside, or the only key existing. The fate of the key is unknown, though it is thought it was given to a trusted person of the king, or a last member of the Emerald Tribe. The area was preserved as a memorial for the victims of the genocide. Years passed, and the world had changed. As there was no war killing off the people anymore, more and more space and building material for houses was needed, causing the natural vegetation being cut down for the most part, resulting in a more arid climate and desertification on the island. Even those not responsible for it had to suffer. They needed a new area to live at, and found an island. Is it a hidden island? Your name is Tomoxion, and you are an 18 years old boy. Uh, okay, I am Tomoxion, but I'm not 18. I'm 21, thank you. Um, you have been living with your grandmother in a lonely area and were raised by her until she died when you were 11. She always told you that you shouldn't leave before you were 18 to ensure you would be strong enough to survive. She also told you that you were the hope for the future of all tribes truly being at peace. You have red skin and red eyes, so you would be punished for trespassing if you were seen. Oh, Ruby, okay. Uh, this text is getting to my dyslexia. However, you wonder why you have the appearance of a Ruby tribe member while your grandmother had the appearance of an Emerald tribe member. Interesting. Anyway, you decide that time had come for leaving your home and going on an adventure. You grab your belongings, a wooden sword and wooden shield for defense, and a small bag with a huge stock of your favorite berries. Yeah. The omniberry, which is a special breed of different fruits with the shape of raspberries, and every sprout having a different color of all the tribe colors. Interesting. Which has the ability of healing any wound or disease and prevents any death that isn't from old age. That's nice. I wish we had those kind of berries. And leave through the gate. Name, Tomoxion. Kills, 0. Saves, 0. Inhabitants, 100. Health, 100. Inhabitants? What's inhabitants? Attack 3, defense 1. Now this is a full-blown role-playing game. Jeez! Once you leave the gate, you can see a desert-like area and a man cloaked in a golden hood. Unsure on what to do, you stare at him. And continue to stare at him. He looks at you happily and walks up to you. You don't know what you should do, but before you can act in any way, he begins to talk to you. Wah, 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 wah. Charlie Brown reference. Question mark. Hello there, lad. You must be new around here. My name is Fabo. I'm a business guy around here. You seem like you're lost. I could offer to help you get started if you want. Do you want to accept his offer? Well, let's see. Logic would state that since Fabo is the creator and the creator wouldn't, or would he? Would the creator make himself into a bad guy? That's debatable. Okay, I'm going to presume that Fabo would want to be a good guy, so I'm going to go sure. Fabo. Well, lad, I'll tell you how things go around here. You see, most people won't likely be as kind towards you as I am. If they see you, you might enter a fight. When that happens, you won't be able to escape from it. So you have to come up with other options. I can see your bag of berries. I've seen them myself. If someone hurts you, you can eat one of them to regain some health. It is random how much you heal, but it will save you either way. Now, you can't really improve your equipment around here, but if you fight someone and finish them off, you learn more about combat and can inflict more damage on others. I would recommend you keep it low, though, especially if you meet friends of mine. Anyway, next comes your defense. Your shield might protect you from 50% of the damage, but using it wouldn't allow you to do anything else in the turn. Oh, so it's a guard action. Doing this might come in handy sometimes, but you should know how long it takes for your enemy to become tired. Once they are tired, however, their attack and defense would drop, and then your next attack could strike them down immediately. Now, I'll tell you an interesting fact about your health. There might be a few ways to increase it, but I'm only aware of one way. There are 5 gems of power, resembling all of the tribes, but the purple gem is in the hands of the Amethyst King, and the green gem of the Emerald tribe, while being the most powerful one of all, was given to the last known member of it. But the fate of it is unknown. Could that be Grandma? Ooh. Oh. Was given to the last member, but the fate of it is unknown. Maybe they went into hiding. Maybe they died. Maybe someone stole the gem and sold it. So this remains 3 possible gems for you to obtain. They aren't as mighty. However, I know that each of them increase your health by 100 points. Dude, the first one would double it. Wow. Okay. Keep in mind, you will probably only meet a small portion of people, as most will be busy elsewhere. Like 100 people be all you meet. Like 100 people would be all you meet. And only that many if you are a troublemaker. But if you aren't, you only have to face around 20 of them, lad. Anyway, on to other matters. I doubt that you've heard about all the things going on, so I'll tell you. Oh boy. Once upon a time, all of the tribes were united. A genocide on the Emerald tribe, going from the Ruby tribe, caused a civil war, or a final war. How much of this have we already heard? The Ruby tribe was defeated, and most of them were exiled. Everyone from that tribe is forbidden to be here. Your appearance matches theirs, so that's why most people won't like you being here, lad. Besides that, there also are other problems. After years, the space didn't stay enough due to population growth. To fight that issue, it was decided that trees should be felled to gain space and building materials. Due to that, however, there was no plants to give shade, store water, and give the ground structure, resulting in the ground drying out and becoming brittle. Nowadays, no plants can grow here due to infertile, dried out soils. There are plans going on settling on a nearby island that was discovered recently to start all over again. It would need some work, but it could become a new home for everyone. Others want us to work hard and take down the builds on a few little spots that potentially can be turned back into being fertile, but require more people moving together and building sites they're being turned back. My opinion? I really just care about making money. Oh, I see who you're aiming at. You're the merchant, money and information. I see, but we have both options. Funny how both sides think they have the only solution. So, once you're ready, you can go on your journey, lad. I will be busy earning money, so I won't follow you. Oh, so you can turn me in? Ugh. Full honesty here, I still don't quite trust this Fable character. I will keep an eye out for you, though. Stay safe. You won't have to fight anyone in this area, but once you go to the Diamond Village, I will keep an eye out for you, though. Stay safe. You won't have to fight anyone in this area. But once you go to the Diamond Village, you will find your first challenge. The residents might be kind, but also easily get worried. You might meet your pals Sam and Oscar there. Oscar? Oscar. Fable goes away. Go to Diamond Village. Look around. Look around. Because that seems like the logical thing to do. You can see a desert. The ground is dried out and slightly cracked. There are smooth stone brick walls around you, with the exception of the gate you came through and is closed now, and the gate in front of you. You realize that the gate behind you had closed and is locked now. What? Okay. There is a large dark green gem drawn onto it. Emerald. On the gate in front of you, however, there is a large... I've never known how to say that word. Cyan? Colorization of the gem drawn onto it. Huh. Well, go to Diamond Village, I guess. You get inside the village. There is a market on your left, some houses on your right, and more in the distance. You can see a small, weak fountain in front of you, and a castle in the distance. You can only go there if you walk through the market and down the street, as there are boxes blocking the way on your right. There is a fishy smell coming from the boxes. As in the smell of fish, or a curious smell that smells fishy. It probably means fish. But I'm intrigued. Oh no, I can't go that way anyway. Go to market. At the market, there are 3 people. Presumably one of them being a merchant and the others being customers. Once you step closer, their expressions start to shift. Okay. Scared but friendly. As most merchants probably are. They start talking to you. The merchant begins. Sam. Hello there, stranger. I'm Sam. Welcome to the market. I'm afraid, but sadly I can't trade with you, as the law forbids any exchange of wares with members of the Ruby tribe, and doing so is punished. I won't report you, though. The others are Oscar and Rachel. Rachel. Hey. Oscar. Hey. Or, hi. What brings you here anyway? Why would I fight them? Ignore them. Talk to them. Tomoxian. I want to go to the castle of the Amethyst King. I was told that I should get through here, first by a game named Fabo, and figured that I should do that, as that's the only way outside of the area I was inside. I don't know where Fabo wanted to go, though. Sam. That's important. First of all, how would you have gotten out? Not only outside the Ruby tribe area, but also inside the Emerald tribe area. Those have been locked for almost 18 years. No one should be able to leave the Ruby tribe area, or enter the Emerald tribe area. But more importantly, I can't believe you actually fell for Fabo. That guy is a master at being lazy. He probably just named you an excuse on why he wouldn't help you, so you could just take a nap behind a rock. So he could just take a nap behind a rock. Sam breaks out in laughter. Rachel. It could make sense if he was related to the member of the Emerald tribe, wouldn't it? Didn't the remaining members get a key for the gate? Sam. Wasn't there just one of them? Rachel. 2. According to what I heard, one of them went back inside to live there. The other one decided to close it as a memorial graveyard for the victims. We never knew what happened to that one, though. Probably went into hiding or died. Maybe they moved in with the other one. Anyway, you said you came from there? What's your name? Tomoxion. My name's Tomoxion, and I used to live with my grandmother before she died when I was 11. But I stayed in there with the knowledge I got from her. Before she died, I promised to not leave before I became 18 yesterday. By the way, what tribe is Fabo from? Why does he wear a golden hood? He wears it to brag about his wealthiness, and as far as I know, he is a member of the Amethyst clan. He seems to have a good connection to most people, especially the Amethyst King. They seem to be good friends, and as far as I know, he saved the king in the war. That resulted in Fabo being paid a high price, which he used to build his monetary empire. Though it wasn't really known what he did before that, but there are rumors that he was a soldier that served the old king. So, want us to lead you to the castle of the Diamond Tribe? It's the only way to get to the areas of the other tribes. Go to castle. Okay. Sam and you go through the marketplace after saying goodbye to Oscar and Rachel, who both are too busy to come with you. You gaze upon the fountain you saw earlier, and notice a cat eating out of a hole in the boxes, so it was fish, that were stacked next to the fountain. You turn your head towards Sam and start talking to him again. So, what exactly is going on here? Sam has a slightly confused look, but soon collects his thoughts again. About the desertification. We had abandoned caring about nature, and now suffer from the consequences. We do have plans on fixing it. If you were talking about people fearing people of the Ruby tribe, or them being locked away, there had been a big war. The armies started attacking the Emerald tribe. They were bloodthirsty and wanted to eliminate every single member. One of them, however, was hidden and managed to trick them. You see, they lured them into a tunnel that went through the mountains, and once they were inside, they used an exit they had secured, and set off a few bombs that caused them to be locked in. That way, they were able to warn the other tribes and reduce the forces of the Ruby tribes that could attack. Few days later, the Ruby tribe had been defeated. The ones locked in the cave were freed after 4 days and were too weak to fight back. Out of anger, the Ruby King killed the wife and the child of the Amethyst King. When we arrived, there was nothing we could do for them. The Amethyst King executed the Ruby King, sent the Ruby tribe into exile, and buried his wife. That brave Emerald tribe member received the Emerald of Power and the key to the Emerald region. Soon after, however, that member disappeared. To where, I wonder? No one was able to find them. Perhaps they went looking for other members. Perhaps they went back into their region. Perhaps they went into hiding. Didn't you say your grandmother was a member of that tribe? Anyway, let's go farther. You walk through the streets, passing by many houses. They seem to either be empty or with the curtains closed. You presume everyone else is busy with work, but still are curious. Why are all buildings empty? Well, most people are busy working, see. There is a project going on of settling on a nearby island. Oh, not this information again. Where the situation isn't as bad as it is here. We discovered an island that mostly consists of forests and has some lakes. It's a little smaller, but it could save us. Anyway, most people are gone because helping on that project is paid well by the government. Stuff like building the boat, making equipment, or preparing food for the journey. And others just stay inside with the curtains closed to avoid the sunlight. Are they vampires? Get your wooden stakes! You can see an open bird cage on top of a cart. Besides a few black feathers laying inside the cage, it is empty. You soon reach a castle. It has large banners hanging from the walls, with the cyan pentagon on an orange background. There are two guards standing in front of the gate. Sam and you approach both of them. Sam: "Hey, Fritz. Hey, Henry. How are you guys doing? I got this guy here who wants to go to the Amethyst Castle. We need to get through. Can we talk to the Diamond King Nathan and get the permission to pass?" At first, both guards have a look at you, as if you had erased an entire race. Suddenly, one of them comes closer and starts talking. Fritz: "Oh boy, what are we going to do for voices?" It's at this point that I'm realizing just how weak my voice skills actually are. "Wouldn't that count as a treason attempt? I know that you are the kindest person here, but you couldn't just help a Ruby tribe member escape in their area and lead them to the king. This guy could get every one of us in danger. Step aside, Sam. We will handle this." The guards came closer, ready to attack. They ready their swords. Suddenly, Sam steps in front of you and responds to them. "Stop it! He ain't truly a member of the Ruby tribe. He lived with his grandmother, who was one of the last Emerald tribe members back in the Emerald region. You have to bring him to the king so he can prove himself. He may be the future for all of us." Both of the guards freeze for a second. Then when Henry begins to respond: "We wouldn't have to arrest you if you have any sort of proof that you are from the area you said you were from. Just show us any of your belongings, and that could qualify as such a proof." You need to show them an item of yours. What will you show them? Berry bag. You show them your bag of omnifruits. Henry's eyes lit up. He then proceeds to answer. "Well, I remember these berries. They only grew in the Emerald region. You have to come from there then, since no other area meets the requirements they have. Not even the Ruby region that hasn't been developing much. I'll lead you to the king." Ha! See, I remembered that those berries were exclusive to the Emerald region. You follow Henry inside the castle. Sam and Fritz stay behind. You enter a corridor with many paintings on the wall. They seem to tell a story. On the first painting, there is a fight between 5 different colored people, everyone fighting everyone. In the next painting, there are the same people at a table with a piece of paper with 5 different colored signatures. They all seem to shake hands. In the third painting, there is a red guy stabbing the green guy. Oh, this is depicting the war. In the following painting, a blue guy, a purple guy, and a cyan guy nodding towards each other. In the last painting, the red guy is chained and the other 3 guys are looking at him in a disgusted way. How could you? After that, there are no more paintings. You reach the end of the hallway and enter the throne room. Inside the room, you can see the king sitting on his throne. King Nathan. Oh dear, another voice.
"Henry, why are you here? Do we have an important visitor? Didn't I tell you to organize a meeting and telling me before? Wait, are you the visitor, Ruby member?"
He turns to you.
Nathan. "Well, how did you get where? What brings you here?"
Henry. He comes from the Emerald area. He has proof of it. He is our hope. He wishes to visit the Amethyst Kingdom.
Nathan: Well, in that case, I will give you I will let give you permission to enter the mixed area and the sapphire area. Once you get the permission of the Sapphire King Andrew, you will be able to get back to the mixed area and enter the area.
That's a lot of areas.
Once you are there, you can go straight to... I thought I was going to say the area. Straight to the castle. Nothing will stop you from then on. Though, if you aren't a troublemaker, nothing will try to stop you at all. I'm not a troublemaker. I'm a sweetheart.
Nathan hands you a piece of paper. Since your grandmother taught you how to read, you can easily figure out what it was. It was a small document that said entrance permit. Was it like a hall pass for the kingdom? On the top, and a description that says that anyone who has it is allowed to travel to the other castles. He seemingly feels redeemed by helping you. Interesting. You thank him, and Henry shows you the way out. He then starts to talk to you again. Henry: Well, it went off rather smooth, just as I thought. Now you gotta get the Sapphire King to sign it as well. Then you'll be allowed to enter the Amethyst Castle. Just make sure to talk to the Sapphire King reasonably. His attribute is intelligence, so you should talk to them with a certain degree of logic on why they should help. That way, they'll be convinced to help, and your mission will be a lot easier. Henry opens the gate to the mixed area and says goodbye to you. He gestures to you to go through it, and you thank him for his effort. Gift a berry, and say your goodbyes to him. I give a berry to him? I need those. Of course, I haven't really fought anybody, so never mind. You hear the gate closing behind you. Now you take a look at your surroundings. On the right, you can see a damaged castle with burnt red banners. On the left, you can see 3 purple girls mocking a crow. I thought that said cow. That at first that was a very funny image in my mind. Still is, actually. Just three girls dancing around a cow, and I don't know, making faces at it. The birds seem to be maddened by their behavior, so pretty much the same story. Suddenly, the bird vanishes in a small cloud, but no one seems to have noticed. Since there is no bird to be mocked any longer, you turn away from them. There are many smaller houses in the distance. On closer look, you can see a special fence that seems to be built to close off an area. You recognize a gate similar to the other ones you've seen today, with the gem painted on it being deep blue. You walk through the area, noticing another large gate, which has a purple-colored gem painted on it. Interesting. So this is like big gates for the different kingdoms. You assume that it is the gate for the Amethyst area. You walk past it since you don't have the signature of the Sapphire King yet. Across from it is the castle and another gate, which seems to be highly secured. The guards don't really react to you being there, though, either because they don't see you due to the distance or because they don't care. I'm gonna bet the first one. After a few minutes of walking, you eventually reach the other side of the mixed area, but still are surprised by both the entire island being that small and most citizens being gone, since you remember Sam mentioning where they are. You approach the gate, no one seems to be guarding from that side, and knock thrice. The flap of the gate spy opens, and a pair of deep blue eyes looks through. Then a deep voice begins to talk.
Hello.
No, that's Nathan's voice. Oh man, I can't do any lower voice. Let's see. Ah! Somewhere in here has to be a lower voice.
Stranger, what do you want with the Sapphire area? You need to tell me the truth on why you aren't in your area. If you lie, you will be arrested and perhaps even executed. No one who lied to me, Joey, the guard of the Sapphire region, was convinced in any way. Convincing in any way. Also, we need a sample of your DNA.
Okay, come on. What do they need DNA for? This is obviously the makings of a medieval setting. At least it is in my mind. What do they need DNA for? That took me totally off guard.
To determine you aren't any known criminal, please spit in this vial and hand it back to me. I'll let my coworker William run a few tests with it while you explain yourself.
Wow. He hands you a small glass vial with a cork on it, though through the small opening. Oh, I gotta settle down for a moment. Whew. Oh, that was too funny. You open the vial by pulling the cork out, spit inside the vial, and push the cork back on the vial. You hand it back to him and respond to his question. Well, my name is Tomoxion, and I'm coming from the Emerald area, and I've already walked through area of the Diamond Tribe. My goal is to reach the Amethyst Castle to speak with the king. I have a permit signed by the Diamond King, and need it to be signed by the Sapphire King as well. Joey begins to look like he is thinking about something before someone behind him draws his attention. You hear a different voice, presumably belonging to his co-worker William he mentioned earlier. You listen to their conversation as well as you can from outside the gate. Muffled sounds. William.
These are the results of the test. I've done it multiple times, always with the same outcome.
Joey.
Really? That is impossible. These results can't be true.
William.
I know how crazy that sounds, but our tests have never given us any wrong results. You could try to ask him if he happens to have anything to prove where he is from. If he does, and it matches with his story, we should help him.
Joey.
All right, I'll ask him.
Joey goes back to the small window with a puzzled expression.
So, pal, do you have any proof of your story? Anything the more that backs up your story, the easier it will be for all of us.
You hand him the contract you got from the Diamond King and an Omnifruit. Wow, that Omnifruit is really coming in handy. Joey's expression shifts into a more surprised state as he turns away from the gate and comes back to speak with William. They start talking again.
So he really has the Diamond King permission. And these berries, they show his story is true. No matter how crazy that sounds, we got to help him. Give him his permit back, let him in, and lead him to King Andrew. We will take a look at the berries and try to find out if we can use them for our projects.
All right. See ya. Make sure to give me the test result.
Joey returns back to the door, holding your permit in one hand and another piece of paper in the other, while smiling at you. He hands your permit back and proceeds to open the gate. Joey appears to be a little bit chubby and a tiny bit smaller than the average person. He has a large beard and shoulder-length hair, so he's a dwarf. Gimli size. Actually, Gimli's a really good image in my mind. William, however, who you see while being led inside, is a little taller than the average person. He has short hair and a small mustache, and he is wearing glasses. He seems to be cutting up the omnifruit you gave to Joy with a scalpel. Okay, so this is not medieval times like my brain had it to be. After leading you through the gate, Joy then leads you inside the castle, which is right next to the gate. Similar to the Diamond Area's castle, then walking through the halls, you notice that they don't have packages or paintings hanging from about the walls, but pedestals from what appears to be newspaper reports placed on the floor. On the floor? Okay. Since each of them is inside a rather blurry glass casing, you can only make out the headlines of the reports. The first one says, "Attack on the Emerald Tribe area. Only one survivor. A cave." Wait. The heading on the second newspaper says, "Ruby Army trapped inside a cave. How the Emerald members survived." Through a crack in the casing, you can read more of that newspaper. While being in safety and helping in defeating the Ruby tribe, the survivor chose not to be named in any way. The third headline says, "King Jack as leader in war coalition," followed by a clipping that says, "Defeat of the Ruby tribe. Trial coming soon." The next one says, "Survivor of genocide was secretly crowned. Closes borders." After that one says, "King Sean kills daughter and grandson. Gets killed by son-in-law Jack." No further investigation. As the final clipping, it says, "Queen went missing after death of her husband. During this walk, Joey patiently waits for you to read at every clipping before going further and stays silent. You eventually reach the end of the halls. Once you approach the door to the throne room, Joey stops you.
Wait. I need to go in there first. You wait outside. I will tell you when you can enter. Just stay here."
Joey opens the door and goes inside, closes it, and steps further inside. After you hear a muffled conversation you can't make out for a few minutes, the door is opened again by Joey, and he tells you to enter. The king, who introduces himself as Andrew, begins to approach you.
"Hello there. You must be the one Joey just told me about. You want to go through? You want to meet the Amethyst King? Just hand me the permit. I'll sign it as well. You will be able to enter. I must admit, however, that I am very surprised that you got here. You must have talents to get this far." "Not really, to be honest. I just kind of walked. Considering how easily it went for you until now. Especially since, usually Ruby members would be captured and locked in their area. But we had our reasons to ban Ruby members. Anyway, enough rambling. I won't stop you any further. You'll seem to know what you're doing. Keep in mind, however, that you have to be aware that you meeting the Amethyst King will have an impact on all our fates. Goodbye, and good luck for your future. Nick, come here." After King Andrew called for Nick, a violet-colored person runs into the room. He seems to be motivated for being called. Andrew: "This is Nick. He is from the Amethyst tribe, and works as a transport and traveling service. I called him to take you back to the gate of the Amethyst area, so you don't have to walk that much. Even if some people see him as special, he still is reliable at his job. Nick, why don't you introduce yourself?"
"Hey, I'm Nick. I like llamas."
Andrew: "He actually uses llamas for his service. Don't worry, both he and his llamas are as civilized as me. Now, good luck on the rest of your journey. You say goodbye to Andrew and follow Nick outside. As you leave, Andrew looks like he looks relieved. Why? There is a small but fancy-looking wagon with a llama prepared to pull it. As you try to enter the wagon, Nick stops you. Nick.
Pay first.
You are surprised that Nick demands payment, but also worried since no one ever gave you money, nor did you know what currency is used. Tomoxian, I don't have any money to pay you, Nick.
You don't pay me? I'm not the only one doing work. Pay John.
Who? Who is John?
He is the one carrying you. You have to pay him with food and pats.
You suddenly realize that Nick was referring to the llama. You start to pat the llama, and it appears to be more motivated to help. You proceed to feed it with omnifruits. It seems to enjoy them a lot, and Nick opens the door of the wagon. You both step inside. Nick then tells John to go to the Amethyst Gate. Nice! John is a fast llama. Llamas look exactly like they do in the book about animals your grandmother showed you. After studying all of the books your grandmother had, you followed her request and put them on the stone bookshelf beside her grave a few years ago. Despite all that time, you still have enough knowledge about animals and plants, but you never actually saw most of them in your life until now. Suddenly, Nick waves one of his arms in front of your eyes and asks why you don't step out of the wagon. You seemingly already reached the gate, and it only a few moments. You apologize and explain it with having spaced out. Thank Nick and John for taking you there, and knock on the gate. Thinking that someone in there would check for people coming through, but after several knocks and minutes of waiting, you attempt to open the gate, which wasn't even locked. After entering the area, you notice it was pretty small, with dense stone buildings surrounding it. You then see a sign saying Amethyst Area Ahead, with an area pointing toward a staircase leading down to a tunnel. You decide to enter the tunnel. It was enlightened by oil lamps that seemed to be almost empty. Halfway into the tunnel, after walking for a few minutes, they extinguish. No one seemed to have refilled for a long time. You then see another person coming from the other side of the tunnel. It appears to be an elderly man. He greets you, not seeing your red eyes or skin in the darkness, and chats with you for a while.
Hi there, young one. Are you lost? Are you new here? My name is Brian. I have never seen you here before, and I usually talk to everyone I meet.
Tomoxian. Hello, my name is Tomoxion, and yes, I am new here. Could you please answer me some questions?
Why, of course I can help you, young one, especially with your good manners. By the way, Fabo told me someone with your name would eventually come through, and he told me to help you out once you got here.
Well, why did no one try to control who comes through, unlike the other areas? And why weren't the oil lamps being refilled here lately?
Well, there isn't really a need to. Basically, on the other end of the tunnel, there is a smaller area, similar to the one you entered this tunnel through, and the gate guards of the Amethyst area will be checking your identity permits there. And for the oil lamps, due to the projects for settling on another island, most oil has been collected for that cause. They'll use it for the lamps on that ship and for the first settlements. The lamps here will be replaced with other lamps that use wax candles only. I wonder why they don't use those here sooner. But that doesn't matter. Anyway, good day, young one, and good luck. See you later.
You thank Brian for his instructions on how to get farther and wish him a good day. Then walk to the end of the tunnel. Once you reach the stairs and go to the area mentioned, you see two guards, both with purple skin and eyes. As you approach them, you hand them the permit with both signatures.
They have a very surprised look for a second, but then proceed to open the gate and lead you inside. As you enter the amethyst area, you notice a note scribbled on the permit with deep blue ink saying, "He is the hope for our future." They hand you back your permit and you walk farther into the area. You notice that there seem to be more people in this area. Actually, as you walk down the road, you notice that near the amethyst area's fountain, after passing a locked area for some production site, there are people blocking the path. They are holding signs and seem to be protesting against something. As you are getting closer, you can see that Rachel is talking to one of them. They seem to be friends. Soon, they notice you and you come closer and greet Rachel. She turns to you. "Oh, hello, Tomaxion. Seems like your journey was successful so far. I'm just here for my break and visit my friends. This is Sally. This is Harry. This is Bella. Oh dear. They are here to protest. They dislike how the Amethyst King rules and takes care of things. Anyway, I have to get back to work. Bye." Rachel leaves, and okay, thank goodness. I thought I was going to have to do all those voices. Leaves and walks to what appears to be a bakery. You attempt to walk around her friends to get to the other side of the amethyst area, but Sally stops you. Sally. "Hey, wait! Where do you think you're going?" Tomaxion. "To the amethyst castle. I need to meet the king. I want to go there. I have a permit to meet him, signed by the Diamond King and the Sapphire King." Sally's expression changes, but she still persists on stopping you. "Hey, well, we have to talk to you about the environment." "Oh no, not the environment people. We have to stop all escaping plans. We have to save our island. We have to plant plants. We need to cut down our habits for the island's sake. We have to limit our eating, and once per week to allow plants to regrow. We have to stop using fireplaces to keep us warm. We will all die in 2 weeks." Well, that's morbid. Tomaxion. "According to Fabo, we could just do both." Before you could finish your sentence, Sally cuts you off, looking angry.
"Fabo! He just uses that lame excuse to be lazy. He calls himself a businessman just because he owns a quarter of every industry here and gets a cut of the income. He sleeps all day and never does anything to contribute to society. And when he exits his home, he just goes on walks. Never gives anything back. He even prevented a wealthy tax, which would only really affect him much. As anyone with a special income, like 100 gold per month, would keep 10 entire gold, while the rest goes into improving our island. He kind of abuses his role of the Amethyst King's consultant."
You just want to get out of this conversation and go to the castle, but there seemingly is no escape. Just as you begin to give up hope of escaping, your rescue arrives. "Leave him alone, Sally. He just wants to go through the area and reach the Amethyst Castle. The sooner you leave him alone, the sooner he can talk to the Amethyst King." Sally stops talking to you and just hands you a stone tablet with the points listed that she wanted to change. You walk to the castle with Fabo, but before you approach the gate, Fabo tells you to follow him to one side of the castle. As you approach the back area, you can see a small graveyard. Fabo. "Before you meet the king, you need to see this. The Amethyst King had a reason to hate Ruby tribe members. I want you to read the inscriptions of the graves to understand it. You need to know, though, that the past can't be changed, lad. Forgiveness can, like revenge, not changed what happened." Forgiveness can, however, change the future for everyone. With revenge, only more suffering will come. But if it is forgiven, any misdeed can be overlooked and serve as a bad example on what not to do. Forgiveness can then form a path to a better future. Anyway, I need to go. I have some business, quotation, business, to attend to. Good luck, lad. Even though I doubt you really need it, considering how easy it must have been for you up until now. Fable walks away. You enter the smaller graveyard and realize that there are only 4 gravestones. The graves are arranged in 2 groups. On the first gravestone, the entitled name is Sean. Beneath the name, it says executed for eradicating the Emerald Tribe. What? But wasn't that Sam? I thought the Ruby King was named Sam, not Sean. What? Now I'm confused. Last known Ruby King. Married to Marcy. As you turn to the next grave, it says Marcy, the same name your grandmother had. Wait, what? The inscription says, went missing after the genocide and the execution of the Ruby King, former Emerald Queen.
This all makes sense! She's not dead! Dude! My grandfather was the Ruby King!
I kind of figured that out from the beginning, to be perfectly honest. Just kind of a hint in the back of my mind, like, you know this, Thomas. You already know the answer. You think about it for a second, then turn to the second group of graves. Yeah, think about it for a second. That's what I just did. There appears to be a normal-sized grave and a smaller one. The smaller grave looks like someone dug it up. What? The gravestone of the normal-sized grave says Caroline. On the inscription it tells beloved wife, former Emerald Princess, killed after the genocide by her own father. The smaller grave says Tomoxion? What? On the inscription it says killed by his grandfather Sean. Body was found torn apart, only child of the Amethyst King and Emerald Princess. Former heir of the Emerald, Ruby, and Amethyst tribes died 4 days after birth? What? At first you are shocked by what happened, then confused, then you can feel what hatred the Amethyst King must have. You decide to leave the graveyard and enter the castle. You don't know why, but you feel watched, as if something superior had been spying on you the entire time. You approach the door of the throne room. You knock. A deep voice answers. I swear I'm probably giving the same voice to all the kings. I'm sorry about that.
Enter. How can I help you?
Let's face it, it's a kingly voice. As you open the door and enter, you can see the Amethyst King sitting on the throne. Once he sees you, he changes to an angry expression.
Hello, I am King Jack, Amethyst King and main ruler of the island. But why did you come here? Did you get out? Your tribe already caused enough trouble for me. Your tribe killed my wife and my child. They killed my family. They killed the Emerald Tribe. I just can't forgive your tribe. It caused me to never see my child. All I saw of my child was a box with mangled body parts. I saw frustration just by looking at you. I get frustration just by looking at you.
I must kill you to get justice for the loss.
Oh my. King Jack stands up from the throne and draws a sword blade. As he starts walking toward you, the door behind you opens. The Diamond King enters.
Wait! Don't kill him! He is innocent, Jack! He came from the Emerald area, and he brought us the key to reverting the damage done to nature.
What?
The berries! Of course!
Jack.
It would still qualify as a crime to enter the area after it became a memorial. It would have been rude toward you, towards the Emerald member. And one good deed won't outdo the misdeeds the entire tribe did to me.
Jack comes closer and readies his sword to kill you, seemingly not wanting violence. Nathan just stands there, not doing anything. Suddenly, another familiar voice enters the room. Andrew.
Hold on, Jack! Don't kill him!
I told you so. I was going to use the same voice.
You would highly regret it.
Jack stops his attack out of confusion. He then looks at Andrew. Jack.
What do you mean? Why would I regret killing him?
Andrew.
He is your son. OMG!
Jack.
My son died a long time ago. His remains were found scattered.
Andrew.
We also thought that at first, but our test revealed that, according to his DNA, he is a child between you and Caroline. We then dug up the remains at the graves. Oh, that's why the graves were dug up. And it turns out they were parts of a different Emerald members that died during the genocide.
Jack puts away his sword and comes to hug you. After that, he talks.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, son. If I handled the situation better back then, maybe we'd be in a happier situation today. I have to admit, I killed your grandfather in a fit of rage, but I never really started a proper investigation on what happened. I just thought of revenge. I hope you can forgive me.
I forgive you. After everything that happened, you remember Fable's words. As you told him that, he smiles.
Jack, you really are the hope of our future. I will immediately revoke the law against the Ruby tribe members and declare you as my son.
But suddenly his expression changes. Purple blood spills on the floor. His dead body falls on the floor, and behind him stands a red man. Question mark. Did you really think all of this would be so easy? Oh, I'm going to need to have a really interesting voice for this one.
Did you really think this would be so easy? Well, thanks to you, it was easy to get here. The guards that got bribed to leave you alone made it easy for me to get inside. Needless to say, I would have gotten here anyway, regardless of that. Anyway, time to gain power.
The red man takes what appears to be the amethyst of power from your father's coat inner pocket. He places it inside his coat. Just as this happens, he approaches you with your father's sword. As he threatens to kill you, the Sapphire and Diamond Kings attack him. You step back, but as you do, the Diamond King is stabbed in the chest. The Sapphire King knocks the red man back and makes him let go of the sword. But the man is a step ahead. He pulls out a bow and shoots an arrow into the Sapphire King's chest. Andrew drops on the floor, dead. The man takes the diamond of power and the sapphire power. What just happened? You try to escape, but as you turn around, you can see the man shooting the arrow at you. You block with your shield, but upon being hit with the arrow, the shield shatters into sawdust. You look in horror, seeing how the man readies his bow to shoot 3 arrows at once. He pauses and talks. Victor.
You know, my name is Victor. I used to be the captain of the armies of the Ruby tribe. With that power, it was easy to frame your grandfather for it. Though that darned Emerald member who caused the caves to collapse crossed my plans. If it went through as intended, everyone would be dead. But that's the past. I got an even better plan now. I just need to get all the gems of power. Then I'll be able to kill everyone at once. I'm curious, though, how did the Emerald member save you? How could he destroy the cave in the first place? I could have sworn that I killed him hours before the genocide. Well, back to fighting, and forget about using the berries to save you or your friends. The concentration of the healing substance inside it isn't strong enough to help them now. Now die!
As Victor says this, he shoots 3 arrows at once, too fast to escape. Suddenly, a brass-crested steel shield stuck on a crossbow bolt comes through the door. What? It flies at you and hits the arrow, which knocks it back to the ground before you. Attached to the bolt is a rope tied around a small bag. You pick the bag and shield up, and the bag contains a ruby. Upon holding it, you suddenly feel a lot stronger. Oh wait, the inhabitants went down. Three people died. As you quickly glance back, you can see a shadow running back behind a pillar. You feel a lot braver now, and proceed to fight Victor with your wooden blade. This isn't going to end well. As you feel a stronger power resonating from the shield, you easily block any attack from Victor and knock him against the throne. As he tries to stand up, you strap the shield onto the same arm you hold your sword with, and while pushing him from hitting you, you take away his gems, feeling more and more powerful. As you hold the last gem, something else leaves Victor. A dark spirit stands before you, a dark cloud. You hit it with your shield, and due to the power of the gems, it begins to disappear.
You may have stopped my corruption for now, but I will return!
As the spirit is gone, the Ruby member seemingly ages faster. From 1 second to another, he ages 20 years.
I'm sorry for everything I've done.
Just as he says it, he dies. After that, you can hear someone coming. Fabo. Hey, Jack. Do you need the contracts till tomorrow, or... Oh, well, no worries. I got this, lad. I received a gift that can be used for this situation. Why is the inhabitants back up to 99? This is concerning. And why did my health not go up? It was supposed to go up by 100 for every gem that I have. Fabo pulls out 3 bottles from his pockets. Fabo. Inside these is a highly concentrated dose of the healing substance that is contained inside your berries. We can save the kings with it, but I want that shield you got. Just kidding. I would help anyway, but I would prefer receiving that shield over not receiving it. You give Fable the shield, and as you do so, your powers decrease. Fable gives the kings a sip of the potion to drink and pours the rest of each bottle onto the wounds. You give the kings their gems back and keep the ruby. Shortly after, their wounds heal and they wake up. They have no memory on what happened after the Amethyst King promised to declare you as his son. After that, everything changes. The Amethyst King declares you as his son, frees the Ruby tribe, and everyone works together. Tiny samples of plants are taken from the Emerald which mysteriously was found open as you return to it. It remains a protected area only to be entered by people authorized. It should only be entered to retrieve tiny samples in case the issues appear again. With tiny amounts of fertile dirt from there, the rest of the island is able to grow all plants again, and the climate changes back to an idyllic state. To stop overpopulation, the program to settle somewhere else progresses as well, and 40% of the entire population of the island sail to the near island, with you as their captain. You settle on the inhabited island with your crew and build up a huge economy. You live a long, happy life. Everything is perfect. Too perfect. This may be a perfect ending, but it isn't the truth. It may show how things could have ended, but they didn't end like this. To think it would be a lie. Will you keep the lie where everything ends happily, or will you seek out for the truth? If you decide for the later, a violent route might contain more answers. Oh no! No! Well, this has been Fairytale of Nature. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I did read ahead just now and finished off the rest of the stories. They're awesome. I recommend you check them out for yourself. The second, the violent approach is a little graphic, as a warning, but all in all, very, very well done. The story was well put together. It made more or less complete sense at the end, and the way that the game seemed to be self-aware of itself at certain points was incredible. I loved it. I do wish that there was a little more choices available, because at this point it is a little bit like just reading a book. But with a little bit of variety, this could be a really, really good game. Like, no kidding. Also developing the battles a little more. My recommendation, add a little failure. Like, add some choices out there where a person could just, oh, you died for no apparent reason. Restart. But that's just my opinion. Good job, Fabo, for creating this. You made an awesome game. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Fairytale of Nature. Check out Fabo's accounts listed below. I've got the links down there. And watch some of my other videos. Subscribe. And have an awesome day. This is Tomoxian signing out. Peace.